Water. It's the most fundamental element of life. It's the lifeblood of our planet and essential for our survival. Covering over 70% of the Earth's surface, water is everywhere, yet its availability in a clean, drinkable form is limited. We need it for drinking, cooking, sanitation, and so much more. Every aspect of our daily lives depends on having access to clean water. In an emergency situation, clean water is often one of the first resources to become scarce. The shelves in stores can empty out in a matter of hours. Natural disasters, power outages, or disruptions to the water supply can happen quickly and leave us vulnerable. These events can strike without warning, making it crucial to be prepared. That's why having a reliable source of clean drinking water is crucial for any preparedness plan. It's not just about having water, but ensuring it's safe to drink. When disaster strikes, you can't always rely on bottled water from the store. The demand surges, and supplies dwindle rapidly. Those shelves empty quickly, and you're limited by how much you can personally carry home. It's a race against time and resources. Having a store of water at home is the best way to be prepared, and one of the most effective ways to do this is through water canning. This method ensures you have a long-term supply. Water canning is the process of preserving water in airtight containers, ensuring its safety and longevity. It's a tried and tested method. By taking the time to can water now, you can rest assured that you and your loved ones will have access to this precious resource, no matter what the future holds. It's peace of mind in a jar. It's a simple, affordable way to take control of your family's well-being during uncertain times. Investing in water canning today means security and safety for tomorrow. You might be wondering, why bother canning water when I can just buy bottled water? While bottled water is convenient for everyday use, it has some significant drawbacks when it comes to long-term emergency preparedness. Firstly, plastic water bottles are susceptible to degradation over time. The plastic can leach chemicals into the water, especially when exposed to heat or sunlight. This can not only affect the taste of the water, but also pose potential health risks. Secondly, bottled water is bulky and takes up a lot of storage space. Canned water, on the other hand, is a far more space-efficient storage solution. You can easily fit a large quantity of canned water in a relatively small area, making it ideal for pantry storage or even for creating a dedicated emergency water supply in a basement or garage. In an emergency, access to clean water can be a matter of life or death. Floodwaters, damaged pipes, and lack of sanitation can all contaminate water sources, making them unsafe for consumption. Waterborne illnesses like dysentery, cholera, and typhoid fever are a serious risk in disaster situations. Canning water properly eliminates these risks. The high heat used in the canning process kills bacteria, viruses, and parasites, ensuring that your water remains safe and drinkable for an extended period. This is particularly crucial if you live in an area prone to natural disasters, or if you're preparing for long-term emergencies where access to clean water might be compromised. Even water that looks and smells clean can harbor harmful contaminants. It's not worth taking the risk. Canning your water provides peace of mind, knowing that you have a safe and reliable supply on hand when you need it most. One of the most significant advantages of canning water is its incredible shelf life. When done correctly, canned water can remain safe to drink for several years, far exceeding the shelf life of commercially bottled water. This makes it an ideal choice for long-term emergency preparedness, where you need to know that your water supply will last. The recommended storage time for canned water can vary depending on the source. However, a general guideline is to aim for a 2-year rotation cycle. This means consuming and replacing your oldest jars of canned water every 2 years to ensure optimal freshness and quality. While you can store commercially bottled water for extended periods, the plastic can degrade over time, and the water may develop an unpleasant taste. Canned water, stored in glass jars, maintains its purity and flavor for much longer, giving you confidence in your emergency water supply. Canning water might seem intimidating at first, but it's a straightforward process that anyone can master with a little practice. It's a great way to ensure you have a clean, safe water supply in case of emergencies or for long-term storage. Here's a step-by-step guide to help you get started. First, gather your supplies. Make sure you have everything you need before you begin. You'll need canning jars, either quart or pint size, depending on your preference and storage needs. New canning lids and rings, which are essential for creating a proper seal, a large pot or pressure canner, a jar lifter, a canning funnel, and other basic canning tools, and a clean cloth or paper towels. Next, sterilize your jars to ensure they are free from any contaminants. Wash your jars, lids, and rings thoroughly with hot, soapy water. This step is crucial for maintaining the purity of the water you'll be canning. Rinse them well and then place the jars and lids in your canning pot, covering them with water. Make sure they are fully submerged. Bring the water to a boil and boil for 10 minutes to sterilize them. This will kill any remaining bacteria or germs. Keep the jars hot until you're ready to fill them. This helps prevent the jars from cracking when you add the hot water. While your jars are sterilizing, prepare your water. It's important to use the best quality water available. You can use tap water if it's safe to drink, but make sure it's free from any harmful contaminants. But using filtered or spring water will result in a fresher taste and higher quality, and remove any potential impurities or chlorine taste. Now, fill your jars with the prepared water. Using your canning funnel, carefully fill each hot jar with water, ensuring you don't spill, leaving about an inch of headspace at the top. This space is crucial for the sealing process. This headspace is essential for the jar to seal properly during processing. Without it, the jars may not seal correctly, leading to potential contamination. One common concern with canned water is that it can sometimes taste flat or stale. This is due to the removal of air during the canning process, which can also affect the water's taste. Fortunately, there are a few simple tricks you can use to prevent this and ensure that your canned water tastes fresh and delicious. Just a tiny pinch of non-iodized salt added to each jar before sealing can help to improve the water's flavor and prevent it from tasting flat. Similarly, a very small amount of sugar, just a few granules, can also enhance the taste of your canned water. Before consuming your canned water, give the jar a good shake. This will help to reintroduce some air into the water, improving its taste and texture. By following these simple tips, you can ensure that your canned water is not only safe and long-lasting, but also pleasant to drink when you need it most. Once you've canned your water, it's essential to store it properly to ensure its longevity and quality. Choose a cool, dark, and dry location for storage, such as a pantry, basement, or garage. Avoid storing your canned water in areas that experience extreme temperature fluctuations or direct sunlight, as this can degrade the water quality over time. It's also a good idea to label your jars with the date of canning so you can easily rotate your stock and use the oldest water first. You can write the date directly on the lids with a permanent marker or use adhesive labels for a neater appearance. When properly stored, canned water can last for several years, providing you with a reliable source of clean drinking water in an emergency. Remember to inspect your jars periodically for any signs of damage, such as cracks, leaks, or bulging lids, and replace any compromised jars immediately. Having a supply of canned water on hand is about more than just quenching your thirst in an emergency. It's a versatile resource that can be used in a multitude of ways to ensure your safety and well-being. Clean water is essential for a variety of purposes that are often overlooked until disaster strikes. In times of crisis, the availability of clean water can make a significant difference in your ability to cope with the situation. Here are just a few examples of how canned water can be a lifesaver in an emergency. From cooking to hygiene, its uses are numerous and vital. Many emergency food supplies require water for cooking or rehydration. Without a reliable water source, preparing these meals can become a challenge. Canned water can be used to prepare meals, ensuring that you and your family have access to nutritious food, even when other cooking resources are unavailable. This can be especially important during extended power outages or when access to other water sources is limited. Maintaining hygiene is crucial in an emergency to prevent the spread of disease. Clean water is necessary for basic hygiene practices that can protect your health. Canned water can be used for hand washing, bathing, and cleaning wounds, helping to keep you and your loved ones healthy when it matters most. These simple actions can prevent infections and other health issues. Sterile water is essential for cleaning wounds, irrigating eyes, and taking certain medications. In an emergency, having a sterile water source can be critical for medical care. Having canned water on hand ensures that you have a sterile water source available for medical emergencies, potentially making a life-saving difference. This can be particularly important in situations where professional medical help is not immediately available. By having a supply of canned water readily available, you're not only preparing for your basic hydration needs, but also equipping yourself to handle a wide range of emergency situations. This foresight can provide peace of mind and ensure that you are ready for whatever challenges may come your way. Water is a precious resource that we often take for granted, but in an emergency, it can quickly become the most valuable commodity you possess. Canning water is a simple, affordable, and effective way to ensure that you and your loved ones have access to clean drinking water, no matter what challenges life throws your way. Don't wait for disaster to strike before you take action. Start building your emergency water supply today by learning how to can water. It's a skill that will pay dividends in peace of mind and potentially save lives when it matters most. Be prepared, be proactive, and take control of your family's well-being by making water canning a part of your emergency preparedness plan.